following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, it's hunting season for Easter eggs. We'll tell you what you can expect as you head out with the kids this weekend, ahead in our Storm Team 3 forecast.
And a new business is coming to Macomb. You might be surprised at what people in town are saying about it. Student reactions to the announcement ahead.
And nearly a month after announcing the end of the investigation, Attorney General Bill Barr has released a redacted version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report to Capitol Hill and the public. That's coming up next on Live at 4.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
The report is out, and reaction to Robert Mueller's redacted report is pouring in. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Ryan Hall.
And I'm Devin Brooks. The American public can now read most of the special counsel's findings into Russia's role in the 2016 presidential election. The more than 400-page report from Robert Mueller contains some redactions, but there are major takeaways. Kristen Holmes is in Washington.
The Russian government sponsored efforts to illegally interfere with the 2016 presidential election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or other Americans colluded in those efforts.
Special Counsel Robert Mueller's partially redacted report noting the Trump campaign showed interest in emails stolen from Democrats by Russians meant to hurt Hillary Clinton, but found no evidence of a crime.
That is something that all Americans can and should be grateful to have confirmed.
On the question of obstruction of justice, Mueller is less clear. His report identifying 10 instances where the president or his aides may have attempted to curtail the investigation, including firing former FBI Director James Comey.
The evidence developed by the special counsel is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense.
According to the report, once the president found out about Mueller's appointment, he said, quote, "This is the end of my presidency."
That was not the reaction of the president that day when I was there.
Today, just moments after the report's release, Trump claimed victory.
No collusion, no obstruction.
Congressional Democrats wanting more answers, calling on Mueller to testify publicly.
The special counsel made clear that he did not exonerate the president, and the responsibility now falls to Congress to hold the president accountable for his actions.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes reporting.
In news around the area, drivers heading south of Macomb may be delayed by road work. Crews will be working on U.S. Highway 67 between Industry and Illinois 101. Construction on the center line and pavement patching will cause daily lane closures. Motorists should allow extra time while traveling through the area. Drivers are also encouraged to take alternate routes. Work will begin on April 29th and it is expected to be done by June.
According to the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists, 9 people are killed from distracted driving every day in the United States. With April being Distracted Driving Month, Macomb police have increased patrols for drivers not paying attention to the road. Lieutenant Jeff Hammer says the department has ticketed about 40 drivers this month. You can visit the Macomb Police Department on their Facebook page to view some tips on how to prevent distracted driving.
Well, this next story has been a big talker. A new coffee shop will open on the east side of town. Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation announced that Starbucks would be taking over the former Ponderosa Steakhouse. That building has sat empty for nearly 2.5 years. We talked to WIU students and asked them how they felt about the new business.
We already have Dunkin' and we already have the Starbucks and Hy-Vee that people can go to, so I feel like we don't really need another one.
Personally, I would have liked to seen a new restaurant instead of a Starbucks, just because Hy-Vee already has a Starbucks.
We don't really need a new Starbucks. There's always other, restaurants or cafes that we can get.
We received a lot of mixed reactions on our Facebook page about the new coffee shop. Starbucks is set to open this fall.
A WIU organization is celebrating Earth Day a little early this weekend. The Horn Environmental Learning Project is hosting its annual Earth Fest celebration on Saturday. Live bands, environmental speakers, along with arts and crafts will be at Chandler Park for the event. Trees, worms, and sustainable farming are among the topics of this year's Earth Fest. Listed on your screen is the event schedule. Earth Fest begins at 9 a.m. with a 5K. A few guest speakers will present throughout the day. Activities wrap up by 5 p.m.
The growing use of marijuana may be having an impact on how patients are treated at hospitals. According to a new report, people who regularly use pot may need more sedation when undergoing medical procedures. James Denon has a closer look in today's Health Minute.
Do cannabis users require a different approach to medical care? When it comes to sedation, the answer may be yes. That's according to a new report in the Journal of the American Osteopathic Association. When it comes to undergoing medical procedures, the study found patients who regularly use marijuana may need 2 times the level of sedation required by non-users. Researchers focused their study at one community hospital in Colorado. They found that people who reported smoking or using edibles on a daily or weekly basis required more of these 3 most common sedation drugs: 20% more midazolam, 14% more fentanyl, and 220% more propofol. That's what's needed to float into unconsciousness. It was a small study with just 25 cannabis users, so more research needs to be done. But experts say the study highlights the need to ask patients about pot use, saying it can be an effective tool for assessing medical needs and possible risks. And that's especially important with pot use increasing around the world. According to a United Nations report, marijuana use has increased 43% in the United States between 2007 and 2015. For today's Health Minute, I'm James Dinan reporting.
Critics of the report say researchers should have controlled exact amounts of sedation and compared the effects, instead of simply examining medical records and comparing whatever amount of sedation was used for each patient. Coming up next on Live at 4.
If robocalls are plaguing you, find out what you can do to stop them. Stay with us.
In an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of MBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
And welcome back to Live at 4. Congress is taking steps to crack down on robocalls. But until something is done, there are some things you can do to give yourself some relief. Mary Maloney has a closer look in today's Consumer Watch.
Don't pick up. It's likely spam. Nearly half the calls made to U.S. cell phones this year will be spam. That's according to a recent study cited by the FCC. So what can you do right now to stop them? The first step is to register with the federal Do Not Call list. Next, use apps and spam filters on your smartphone to keep unwanted calls under control. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile each offer their own free call blocking service. They also offer additional services at a price. Verizon's Call Filter app auto-blocks calls from known fraudsters. It costs $2.99 per month, and it shows you warning banners for suspicious calls and has a spam reporting tool. AT&T's Call Protect also has similar features and add-ons. It does cost a little more at $3.99. T-Mobile has an app that offers a premium caller ID service at $4 a month. Over at Sprint, their robocall blocking service costs $2.99 per line. And when it comes to landlines, you could sign up for a free service called Nomo Robo, which works with Comcast's Xfinity, Verizon Fios, and AT&T Uverse customers. It won't solve everything, but it's a start. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Well, graduating seniors, WIU wants you to stop by Grad Prep Day to get all-inclusive graduation gear. On April 26th, there will be a grad pop-up shop in the Union Concourse. The university bookstore will have everything you need for graduation. You can order cap and gowns, WIU class rings, and sign up for graduation photos. You can also learn about the benefits you will receive once you join the Alumni Association.
Well, with the ongoing enrollment issues at WIU, the School of Graduate Studies is making an effort to increase enrollment of graduate students at the university. News 3's DeMorris Dixon talks to students about the program and how it's trying to attract more graduates.
WIU's graduate enrollment continues to drop. New numbers released on the university's website show about 996 students this spring semester. In 2018, around 1,071 students were enrolled.
We had actual grad students talk to us, and we got to ask them questions, so that was really helpful to me to see how the life of a grad student actually is.
The School of Graduate Studies held a seminar welcoming all undergraduates to participate in learning about furthering their education.
Just the basics about grad school, like how you apply, where you want to start to look. I really didn't know anything about grad school, so that's why I'm coming to these seminars to learn more.
Here in the Lincoln Room, WIU undergraduates came to hear current graduates talk about their experiences and why they should join the program themselves. Graduate student Leah Arthur expressed how she feels the School of Graduate Studies seminar series can help potential graduates.
Just to get an idea of a taste of what grad school is like, and maybe not every grad school, but at least this one, which I think is really cool because WIU does have a lot of programs, which I think makes it more attractive.
Some students say the graduate program is needed for their future careers.
Second week you're sitting in with clients, your second year you have your own client caseload, which is really amazing and something not a lot of other schools that I looked at did do.
With more people being informed about WIU's graduate program, the more people may actually be able to enroll in the future. For News 3, I'm DeMorris Dixon.
And you can learn more about the Graduate Studies program by contacting them using the information on the screen.
Well, Easter is a few days away, and several Easter egg hunts will take place this week in the area. There will be 3 around Macomb. Tomorrow at 8 p.m., the Easter Glow Hunt will be a glow-in-the-dark themed egg hunt. On Saturday at the Lakeview Nature Area and Center, the Prairie Egg Hunt, you can hunt for eggs and learn about local birds in Macomb. Then on Saturday night, there will be another glow-in-the-dark egg hunt with over 3,000 eggs.
Wow.
That's a lot of eggs.
Absolutely.
All right, well, coming up next on Live at 4.
The rain has come and gone, but find out if the weather could change your Easter Sunday plans. Molly Naismith has a look at your 5-day forecast.
On Tuesday, November 6th, our state will be making some important decisions.
You might think it's not important,
or your vote doesn't matter.
But that's not true.
If you don't know how
or where to register,
visit vote.gov.
Make your voice heard.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Macomb. We do have these colder temperatures in the area today. That is because we had that rain come through the area last night following a cold front. We do have some very strong winds out of the northwest today, 19 miles per hour. Actually, that has gone down a little bit since we've started our day today. Cloudy skies, high humidity with those cloudy skies, but we should be seeing a little bit of a break in those temperatures as we go into the weekend. Now, we are a little bit below what our average temperatures are for this time of the year. Not too far below, though. Again, we are at 51. The regular is about 64 degrees. Not too low. We're not up to that 87-degree mark, though, and that actually wasn't too long ago. That happened back in 2004. Looking at the radar, yes, there's all those clouds that we've been seeing all day today. We do have a little bit of a swirl going on, but that's just a difference in the level of clouds and the difference of the wind. These are the winds that we are seeing from the northwest coming into our area. Again, with the radar, there's plenty of wind off to our east. There's actually a lot of severe thunderstorms happening down in the Mississippi area right now, coming off of the storms that we had from yesterday. However, we're not seeing any of that here in our area. Again, this is the area of focus for that severe weather. But for us right now, we do have that high pressure system coming in from the northwest. That's going to be bringing some sunny skies as we go into the weekend later on. Current temperatures regionally, again, 51 in Macomb, Keokuk, 55. There are not a whole lot of warm spots anywhere, about the same temperature everywhere across the board. Tonight, we're going to cool off just a little bit into the lower 40s range for our temperatures. Quincy, a little bit warmer at 44 degrees, but not too much. Tomorrow, again, that's when we're going to start seeing that uptick in temperatures with 59 degrees for a high. And we're going to have some 60s along the Mississippi River at Burlington and Keokuk and Quincy at the 60, 61 degree mark. Tomorrow night, temperature is going to get cold again, 36 degrees for the low around the area. So upper 30s, close to 40s. We won't have any 40s on the board just yet. Again tonight, cloudy skies, low about 41 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the north at 17 miles per hour, so they're going to drop just a little bit, but they will be shifting direction from straight out of the north. Again, tomorrow, high of 59 degrees. Winds are going to pick up again, though, out of the north still at 22 miles per hour and those cloudy skies, but there will be plenty of wind, so hang on to your hats, folks. For that 5-day forecast, if I can get it to pop up, there it is. Look at that. We have a beautiful day coming up on our Easter Sunday with 77 degrees for a high. That Easter bunny is going to be enjoying hiding all of those eggs for you. We are going to cool off just a little bit as we go into Monday with some rain. There is a chance for thunderstorms on Monday. We will be keeping an eye on that, but your Saturday, plenty of sunshine and a high of 66 degrees.
Definitely a good weekend to go Easter egg hunting. I will say that
Perfect.
for sure. Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
That's fantastic. And a lot of people are having pollen issues. Yeah.
It is springtime. It is time for the pollinators to come out and start spreading all of the pollen to get all of the spring flowers to bloom. Unfortunately, that's not really a weather thing. If we do have the wind, it might push it out of the area just a little bit, but the rain usually helps get the pollen out of the air for a little bit.
For sure. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you. And what you're covering in sports, Michael?
Oh, we've got plenty for you in sports today, folks. Coming up next on Live at 4, WRU sports, including a new athletic director in Macomb High and Bushel West Prairie as well. That's what's coming up next in sports.
Think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here. And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh man, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you. Just had a magnetic energy. So I thought, all right, we're definitely gonna be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying. And now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Michael Dion. Last night, Western Illinois ended their search for a new athletic director. After interviewing 4 different candidates in mid to end of April, they have decided on interim athletic director Danielle Supernaw. Danielle has been interim AD since May 2018 when Matt Tanney left. Supernaw is the first woman ever to be, the second woman ever to be athletic director at the university. She has been in athletic administrations around the United States since 2009. She's been here at Western Illinois since 2017. Moving over to the links, a WIU men's golfer has been named Summit League Co-Golfer of the Week. It was announced yesterday that senior Jackson Weatherby earned that honor. He had a score of 5 under par to earn a medal at the Ben Mossato Invite on Tuesday. Weatherby's score earned him his first ever tournament win and a top 5 placement on WIU's all-time scoring list. And in news over on the tennis court, it was announced on Monday that the final match for the 2018-2019 season, that would be this Saturday, has been canceled. The team will bring back 4 freshmen next year that all earned wins this past season, and the future looks bright for that young team. They will look to improve on their 4-10 record next season. Let's get in the Wayback Machine and go to Tuesday evening. WIU baseball took the field at Simmons Complex at Edwardsville, Illinois to take on the SIUE Cougars. Western Illinois hopeful that perhaps they can get the jump on this home-and-home series with the in-state foe. For this task, WIU sent Chandler Fox to the mound. Fox would wind up taking the loss in this 13-3 Mercy Rule defeat. The lone bright spot for WIU in this game, senior Justin Fitzpatrick, who belted a homer in the 6th. That home run was Fitzpatrick's first of the season. WIU now 14-20 on the season after the loss to SIUE. This weekend, the second series of the year against the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. The Jackrabbits are 16-15 on this season. In the first series between the two teams, Western lost it. South Dakota State won 2 out of the first 3. This past weekend, the Jackrabbits took 2 out of 3 from North Dakota State. And our one to watch this week is Josh Falk. The last time he faced the Leathernecks, he batted .307 in the series and had 5 RBIs. Falk will be a dangerous opponent, in particular for Javin Drake, who gave up 3 of Falk's RBIs in the game on Friday. This is an important series for the Leathernecks. Right now, they are 8-7 in conference, tied for 4th. SDSU is 9-6 in second place. A win in this weekend series, and all of a sudden, the Leathernecks are in second, if a sweep, in sole possession in the Summit, and a serious team to watch come Summit League tournament time. Game times for the crucial series are as follows, and all games will be from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Game 1 Friday at 3, doubleheader on Saturday, noon and 3:30. Moving from the mound to the circle, WIU softball is 11-19 this season and taking on the North Dakota Fighting Hawks this weekend. North Dakota 19-27 on the year, coming off of dropping all 3 games last weekend to South Dakota. North Dakota is a middle-of-the-road team in the Summit this year. Our one to watch against North Dakota is center fielder Angel Love. Love is batting .289 on the season, 2 home runs and 18 RBIs, but her main danger is her 8 stolen bases, tied for 5th in the Summit League. definitely somebody Leatherneck pitchers want to keep off the base paths this weekend. Another key to success is getting to UND ace John A. Jones. The bullpen is very weak behind Jones and has been exposed all season long. The weekend matchups are indoors from the Elyria Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. This series is the first for the Fighting Hawks from the comfort of their home stadium this season. Game times are as follows: Friday at 7, doubleheader on Saturday at 2 and 4:30. Headed down to the high school ranks. Both Macomb High games against West Hancock, that's baseball and softball, folks, have been canceled. They will be made up at a later date. Staying in the area, the Bushnell Westbury Cyclones baseball team has a game tonight at BPC at 4:30 against West Central. That's today's game before Saturday's doubleheader against Illini West. Those two games take place in Carthage. And today is the debut of a new segment here on Live at 4. It's what I like to call This Day in Sports History. Today is the anniversary of the longest game in recorded pro baseball history. We got to go way back in the time machine to 1981. The Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings in Rhode Island. This game went 33 innings, lasted 8 hours, 25 minutes. The game was so long it started on Saturday, April 18th and ended on the 19th, that's Easter Sunday, at 4 a.m. The game was resumed on June 23rd, and the game finally ended in inning number 33. Oh yeah, and it broke 12 different pro baseball records. Two of the more famous players to play in this game, future Pro Baseball Hall of Famers Wade Boggs and Cal Ripken Jr. That's it for sports. Final word is next.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I was living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
On Wednesday, students from across the campus gathered to present their projects for Undergrad Research Day. Projects were presented from all majors and departments.
Weather anchor Molly Naslin and News 3 producer Ariana Nutilli were there presenting research. Winners were chosen from each department in the morning, and the final round for the overall winner was held that afternoon. So what did you present, Molly?
So my project was about the relationship between tornado strength and how places change their construction codes, or if they do change their construction codes after being hit by a tornado.
Wow, and Ari presented cameras in the courtroom in Illinois. All right, well, everyone wants to know about the weather in the next few days for the egg hunts.
We have some perfect weather coming up this weekend. Although tomorrow won't be that great, it is going to be a little bit windy. Saturday, a high of 66 for when that Saturday egg hunt happens. And then Sunday, the Easter Bunny is going to have a fun time hatching those Easter eggs with a high temperature of 77 degrees for your Easter Sunday. Monday, we are also going to start bringing those storms back into the area, and we'll be keeping an eye on those for the next days after the weekend.
For sure, absolutely. Thank you very much, Molly, and that is all for us today, but we are online all the time.
Yes, stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.